Hey everyone! Today's video is going to be a review video, and the item that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is something that I don't usually talk about on my channel, but I have been requested to do more hair things. So I'm going to be reviewing a hair tool. The item that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is the Irresistible Me Sapphire Curling Wand, and this is one of those 8-in-1 interchangeable head kind of curling wands. So I've been wanting something like this for quite a while. I have bought multiple hair curlers over the years. I have never really spent over $80 Australian, and so I tossed up between getting this one or buying myself a GHD one. The problem with the GHD one, even though GHD is my favorite brand, was it was one singular head and they only had a couple different types of barrels that weren't all that impressive to me. So clearly I opted for this one. So as I said earlier, this one is an 8-in-1, so it has 8 interchangeable heads, all different styles, different thicknesses to give you different curls. So I'm just going to run through the pros and the cons and then give you my overall thoughts as usual at the end. So starting off with the pros, the fact that this particular item gives you 8 interchangeable heads offers a larger variety of styling options because you can change your curl, make it a wave, all that kind of thing, whereas in the past I've just owned multiple different types of curlers. Another thing is that the temperature of this you can completely customize yourself. It goes up to 370 degrees Fahrenheit, so I think that's around 200 degrees Celsius, which is about the average temperature of other straighteners. But the fact that you can raise and lower the temperature whenever you want just with these buttons is pretty cool. Another thing is that it feels actually much sturdier than I expected in the beginning. This feels like basically my old curling wands. I owned a couple by the brand Cloud9 and a few Remington ones, just those kind of brands that you find all the time. So it feels like that, which is good. Another great thing that I haven't seen with any other curler that I've ever bought is that it comes with this stand thing so you can sit it on the bench without burning your bench. I don't have the problem anymore, but with my old makeup desk, if I left my curler on it, it would burn the laminate, and I destroyed my desk essentially with my straightener and my curler. So this thing is incredibly handy. It also came with a heat-proof glove, but if you're a mother, you'll know that your children love to play with everything, so I don't know where it's gone. Another pro, and this is probably the most important of the lot, is that it works well. It curls my hair efficiently. I can drop it to a lower temperature and it still curls well. Obviously you take, steps towards holding your curls. You would treat it as if it was any other curler, but it works well, and that's a great thing. So now onto the cons. Even though this product is available worldwide, it came with what I'm assuming is an American adapter. All I know is it doesn't fit Australia's adapters, so I did have to buy a power board adapter, but that's kind of common with a lot of products. Like if I opted to buy one of those Diva rings, I think they're called, one of those ring lights that everybody has, I would have to buy a special power adapter for that one to adapt also the wattage to Australian standards. It is kind of something that I expected because I have in the past had to buy power adapters. The second con is probably the most frustrating, but I guess it's based on a lot of human error, is the fact that I was not wearing my glasses and the lock and the unlock symbol look awful similar, and I tried to rip off one of the heads. It's one of the bigger barrels, so luckily it's one of the ones that I don't use as much, but I tried to pull it off and change it, and I ripped really hard and pulled it apart essentially from its wiring. Again, that's probably my fault, but it doesn't help that they do look awfully the same, so I have kind of chipped away at one of them just to make it a little bit more known, especially because I don't do my hair with my glasses on. So overall, I love this. I needed a new curler anyway, but I love the fact that, one, the temperature actively raises and lowers as you change it and as it heats up. Also, I don't mind if it really needs an adapter because a lot of my items need adapters. I buy a lot of things overseas and Australia has probably the weirdest adapter of them all. It would be nice if they offered an Australian plug option, but not many companies do, so I can't really complain about that. So overall, I really do love this. The fact it is a marvelous piece of styling equipment because you can do so many things with this. You can do tight ringlets right through to just simple waves, and yeah, I would recommend this to people because I really genuinely love this item. So is it worth its price? It is $140, I'm pretty sure, but it's actually much cheaper than similar items on the market. So and the fact that it does so much and the quality, I would say it's worth its price. I have bought more expensive things that are lower quality that I still would think are worth its price. So this has exceeded my expectations. So overall, I'd probably give this about an 8.5 out of 10, just because I didn't like the fact that the lock and the unlock are labeled very similarly, as well as the fact that it doesn't have the Australian adapter and there's just extra steps to do, but you know, I can't fault it for that. I also believe that a couple of the heads are a little bit too similar, so I would have liked to see either less heads or a bit more of a variety of shapes and stuff. Little things that, you know, I pick up on, and that's not to say that it isn't a good product, it's just, you know, we all have our own expectations. So I hope you enjoyed this review video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to be here for every single video. Like this video if you liked the review. Comment down below if there's something you'd like to see on this channel. Also, what do you think of this? And also, what's your favorite hairstyle? And hope you all have a fantabulous day.